What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Defeated Sanity, entitled The Sanguinary Impetus. This is released on Willowtip Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Berlin, Germany. And pretty much this band has come quite a long way to get to where they are at right now. I honestly consider a band like Defeated Sanity to be cream of the crop, pound for pound, best brutal death metal band in the world, kings of the genre, so on and so forth. This band is just completely one of a kind, and they have a distinctive and unique sound that is all their own. Going back to this band's early demo material, to their debut full-length Prelude to the Tragedy, to albums like Psalms of the Moribund, Chapters of Repugnance, Passages into Deformity, this band has an incredibly unique sound, merging brutal death metal with some technical elements, some progressive jazzy elements. I mean, in a way, I remember a friend of mine calling this band the brutal death metal equivalent of Watchtower. And that's basically a very accurate assumption of what a band like Defeated Sanity is all about. Brutal death metal Watchtower. Just unfucking believable. Great songwriting, great vocals, great lyrics, fantastic music, incredible work ethic. That's what Defeated Sanity is all about. The last time we had heard something from this band was back in 2016 with the dual double album EP release entitled Disposal of the Dead and Dharmata. That release was a big game changer because it pretty much took the two elements of Defeated Sanity's sound and split it right down the middle. On one end, with Disposal of the Dead, you had the band doing their whole traditional brutal death metal sort of sound and routine. But with Dharmata, you took the progressive and jazzy elements and left them alone together in a single release. I mean, I felt as if you were listening to a more current day Death or Control Denied release with that Dharmata EP. And I thought that was a really awesome yet bold and risky move. And I thought to myself, I hope one day they make more music like that. I really enjoyed that EP release. But ever since then, we found out that the next Defeated Sanity record would be a bit of a return to form. It would be back to the brutal death metal sound we know and love Defeated Sanity for. But going into this album, there was going to be a lot of major changes. For one, this is going to be the first album to not feature Christian Kuhn playing guitar. Of course, he was a very vital and crucial element to the Defeated Sanity sound with his guitar playing, so who knows how things were going to work out. And then the second thing being the inclusion of their new and full-time vocalist, Josh Welshman. He had been with the band for many years prior to the Disposal of the Dead Dharmata release, of course, being their live vocalist and being an absolute force to be reckoned with. And of course, he did some cover tracks on the reissue of Chapters of Repugnance not too long ago. But this is the very first official full-length album to feature him as their vocalist. So, yeah. Here we are with the sixth full-length from Defeated Sanity entitled The Sanguinary Impetus. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 33.5 minutes in length. And pretty much, if there were any worries to be had about Defeated Sanity not knowing what to do with a bit of a lineup shift and change or something completely different, you really have no reason to worry at all. Because not only do I think that this album is Defeated Sanity doing Defeated Sanity things, but I also think that this is one of the best things that this band has done in a very long time, and this is going to be something that could be potentially hard to beat when it comes to my year-end list. This is absolutely an amazing album from first track all the way to last, and pretty much shows you why Defeated Sanity are the best of the best at what they do here. I mean, from the moment you hear the drum rolls of the track Phytodigestion to later tracks like Conceived Through Savagery, Insecta Incendium. Just some really, really phenomenal musicianship going on here. The one thing that really surprised me about this album is the fact that not only does Lille Gruber play drums on this album, but he also plays guitar. Let's not forget how good of a songwriter Lille truly is. And with these guitar riffs that appear throughout this entire album, it is just absolutely breathtaking to hear him play the stuff that he does and execute things the way that he does. It is just so memorable, so technical, so brutal, so merciless, and he makes it all work out so fine and so smoothly. I really, really love the guitar playing that's being done on here, whether it be technical, riff Latin, or more jazz, upbeat, and progressive. I really think he does tremendous things here with this guitar performance, and I really think he does a fine job of handling the ship well when it comes to the guitar playing of this record. There are just so many riffs that stay stuck in your head and just become more devastating as this album goes along here. Like the guitar playing, the bass work on here is very smooth too, very technical, very well produced, very well executed, very audible and well played. I definitely think this bass guitar holds a great pace and balance to the very riff-heavy moments of this album. I think it's really fantastic. Speaking of Lille, you can't talk about a Defeated Sanity album without talking about the drums. That's been always one of my favorite things about Defeated Sanity is the drumming. And of course, here on the Sanguinary Impetus, it's no different. It's just Lille Gruber just being an absolute human masterclass when it comes to his drum performance. He can do anything and everything and make it all so seamless and effortless. Whether it be the blast beats, the gravities, the drum fills, the fast pace, the more contemporary jazzy parts, he can make everything work so well and everything sounds so smooth and so good. I love the snare tone, I love the fills, I love the cymbal crashes, I just love every single bit of fine detail that gets added to Lille's drum performance, and it just makes things all the more spectacular. And when it comes to the vocals, like I said, I think Josh Welshman has been a very, very strong addition to Defeated Sanity, not just on the live front, but hopefully on a recorded front. And here on this album, he delivers a very, very awesome vocal performance and does so with his own sort of charm and uniqueness. Of course, there have been a lot of very memorable vocalists to pass through Defeated Sanity throughout the years. AJ Magana, Connie, Jens Stachel, so many different people being vocalists for Defeated Sanity, but here with his vocal performance, I feel we're entering a brand new era of the band, and his vocal style is incredibly powerful. Very guttural, very deep, very undecipherable at times, but yet he makes things very well enunciated, very well delivered, very classy guttural vocals, I must say. And I think this is a very, very strong vocal performance. He definitely gets the job done here, weaving you through all of these songs, especially for the 1-2 punch at the end of this album with driveling putrefaction and dislimbing the ostracized. The two longest tracks on here with probably two of the best vocal performances on this entire album. What a vocal performance by Josh Welshman here. So overall, I would definitely say this is one of the best Defeated Sanity records to date. I don't know if I can say this is the very best of them, because I still hold that high regards to Psalms of the Moribund. But since we are entering a new beginning of Defeated Sanity, a brand new era of the band, I think this is absolutely fantastic. There's not a single song on here that I wouldn't recommend. Every single song on this album is worth listening to. Fantastic production, great music, great vocal work. This is Defeated Sanity at their next big changing moment. I mean, like I said, this is them entering a new era, and I think this new era is going to kick ass for many, many more years to come. So, yeah, I love every single song on this album. I really can't think of one thing that I can't recommend to you. I recommend it all. It's all worth listening to. So what I'm going to do is I will leave you some links in the description box of how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Defeated Sanity Bandcamp page. where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally. It is available physically as a CD and 12-inch vinyl. What I'm going to show you is the vinyl version itself. There you see the artwork by John Zig on this one. Very simple, basic artwork, but it gets the job done, I think. Defeated Sanity, Sanguinary Impetus, back cover with track listing and credits. Gatefold with lyrics and credits. There you see the band member photos. Very, very badass. And there were multiple vinyl variations, but I think I got one of the more limited variants on this crystal clear with red splatter. Absolutely gorgeous. Sounds amazing. Is a very well done record. And the vinyl version is still readily accessible. I think there's the mixed color variants that Willowtip is known for. I think there's still plenty of copies of that available if you want to get yourself a hold of that. But yeah, buy this shit. Defeated Sanity, the Sanguinary Impetus on Willowtip Records. This is mandatory purchasing. And for a score, I'm going to give this the highest score I can possibly give, and that is a perfect 10 out of 10. It took almost 9+ months, but we finally have the first official 10 on this channel this year. What a fucking brilliant album, and I cannot recommend this one enough. I mean, I love that Defeated Sanity have always stuck to their ground, stuck to their laurels when it comes to including progressive, jazzy elements in their sound, and really nobody should be surprised that this band has that sort of sound in their roster or in their delivery. I mean, if you expect it to be just brutal, definitely look forward to hearing more different sorts of sounds from Defeated Sanity. I'm all about it, and I'm all for it. So, if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to previous Defeated Sanity releases. Or any of you guys into Defeated Sanity, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Armijo out.